So if so, then we move to the next topic, which is partial derivatives. So far, we always saw functions like function of x, function of t, single variable, single independent variable. And so we basically took regular derivatives. There's a number of times where a function, like in this case here, this is the volume of a cone, is function of two variables. One is the radius of the base, and one is the height of the cone. And so now, when you have functions of multiple independent variables, you cannot take the derivative like we've done so far. But what happens is you can take the derivative like we've done so far of one variable at a time. That is called partial derivative. So for instance, and it's done with this symbol. It's not like the d of derivative, but it's a modified d. Where basically the denominator specifies which variable we take the derivative against. And so when you take the derivative with respect to one single variable, then the other variable is treated as if it was a constant. So for instance, if we take the partial derivative of the volume of a cone with respect to the radius, the other independent variable, h, becomes a constant. It's constant just like pi is a constant, just like 3 is a constant. So in other words, we could rewrite this as pi h divided by 3 r squared. And so the derivative of v with respect to r is p h divided by 3, derivative of r squared with respect to r. So we isolate everything that is with respect to r, and then it basically becomes a regular derivative with respect to r. So that's why it's ph divided by 3 of 2r. And same, if we take the derivative with respect to h, now we could write this as pi r squared divided by 3 h. So what's the derivative? This is basically a multiplicative coefficient with respect to our independent variable. So the derivative with respect to h of that is this coefficient. Okay, because the derivative of h with respect to h is equal to 1. Does it make sense? So it's really about understanding what is the derivative that is free, what is the variable that is free, the other variables are constants.